Hi, I'm Dan Costa, editor-in-chief of PCMag.com, and I am sitting in the Barclays Center with Travis Sampson, the Senior Director of IT here. This is widely regarded as one of the most technologically sophisticated venues in the world. You come to an event like this, you got 15,000 people in the room, everybody wants to get on Wi-Fi. How do you keep that up and running?
A lot of venues, they can say they can support 10,000, 15,000, but in most cases, it's really 4 or 5. When we say we have a true high-density Wi-Fi, we can allow up to 21,000 people on Wi-Fi with a continuous connection at any point in time. Any given day and any given event, we can guarantee you 15 megs up, 15 megs down of connectivity on Wi-Fi, which in most cases, people aren't even getting in their house. This is where it matters, the bowl, because this is where the bulk of all your guests are going to be. So every second suite in our second floor suite level, those APs actually cover all the Wi-Fi in the lower bowl. Something else we did for our VIPs, you find a lot of people on the floor tend to be the VIPs. Those are the people that you don't want to have an issue. Your CEO is sitting on the floor, you don't want him to have an issue with Wi-Fi. So part of our planning, and part of our testing was to find out where were the dead zones in the building, how to make changes to mitigate any coverage as far as Wi-Fi was. In our center hung, we actually have 12 access points. 6 are facing at a 45-degree angle. Those 6 will cover from the main concourse down to the floor. Then we actually have another 6 pointing directly down to the floor. So when the center hung comes down, you have 100% coverage on the floor.
The bottom line is when you're setting up a network like this, you don't have 15,000 people to test it on until 15,000 people show up for an event.
You know, you can say your Wi-Fi supports how many number of people, but if there's no one in the building to actually be on it, you're never really gonna know. So that first opening day, September 28th, we had 17,000 people in the building and they're all on Wi-Fi. I think that was one of our biggest days as far as users on Wi-Fi. And everything worked.
Well, what do you do in terms of cellular signal? Because that's the other thing everybody wants to do. They come to an event, they want to post to Instagram, and they want to get on cellular.
We actually have 120 antennas that cover the entire scope of the building. So at any point in time, anywhere in Barclays Center, you can actually get 100% cell phone coverage.
Hey, we're here at the DAS head end, which is basically the room that delivers all of the LTE for the Barclays Center. This is a very important room for you.
This is the heart and soul of our cellular service in the arena. We have all 5 carriers and their LTEs that sit in this building, and we connect from this building to the arena, 10 gig uplinks from here to the arena to allow cell service in the building. This room runs 24/7, 365. Obviously you can see it's a huge space. We try to color code each carrier.
That's the interesting thing. So we're in this giant room and each carrier's rack is painted with the color and have their logo on it. Absolutely. So obviously we're in front of AT&T here.
We live in an age now where Wi-Fi is in cars. I mean, I remember when you couldn't even get your car to park itself. Now your car parks itself. You know, so we're in an age now where the expectation for Wi-Fi, for DAS, for certain tech offerings, it isn't an expectation, it's a given. You go to a gas station and they don't have Wi-Fi. It's like, wait a second, I'm pumping my gas and there's no Wi-Fi. So you come to a sports and entertainment venue, you know, there's an expectation that Wi-Fi is there, your DAS is there, and I think that's where we differ from most venues in that we saw that and we built upon that vision.